Welcome to Surf Dudes with Attitude, a podcast about California dreams. It's really good to be back. How are you two gentlemen doing?
I'm great. How are you doing, James?
Oh, I'm doing super. I'm doing so good right now.
Well, before we got on, James said that he spilled dinner all over himself. Can you tell us the cuisine you were working with?
I'd rather not talk about it. I spent
Well-
so long cooking it. It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
What is it? A casserole situation? or a
No.
strudel?
It was a delicious medley of chicken and vegetables, all
Okay.
prepared separately, and I
Right.
spilled it all over my floor.
Wait,
so
aren't you a vegan?
no, we haven't been vegan for a couple years now.
What? Stop the presses. When did you stop being vegan?
Couple of years now.
A couple years now, when both Courtney and my doctor were like, you need to be eating meat. So
Okay, so real chicken and real vegetables spilled everywhere.
all over the floor. Now it's covered in dog hair.
Did you? Yeah. Well, did you have a makeup dinner of any sort?
I put all my eggs in the basket.
Okay? Inadvertently
So-
going back to veganism tonight.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
I'm glad
Yeah.
you came on.
My-
James
my
was
new-
on time.
My
Anybody
new
was
vegan
wondering.
my new vegan diet, air.
I was gonna say I would guess that eating anything would be better than nothing. So yeah,
I think
vegan-
grass clippings could be your dessert tonight, James. Thank you so
Well,
much for.
I can have dog hair, That's still on the table.
Well, other than that, we do have some good news tonight. I'm sorry to hear about the dinner fiasco, but we have a really special guest with us. Joining us, I don't know where he's from. He's somewhere on the East Coast. This is from
Ohio.
from the daily Reddit, Instagram update, MySpace updates, maybe TUBI Treasures. This is Adam. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Okay, so
I did not spill my
Adam.
dinner on myself today.
well, that's just
That sounds
just
wonderful.
rubbing
That
it
sounds
in.
I'm
much
glad
more
we're starting
preferable.
off that you're better than James.
There's hours left, though.
He's just look at him, James. He looks so well fed.
It must have been delicious,
It's the only time
So
anyone's ever
bef-
called me well fed.
Before
So-
we run into things, tell us about TUBI Treasures.
Yeah, TUBI Treasures is something I just kind of started. I've always liked my movies to be either really, really good or really, really bad. And I found TUBI has a lot of really, really bad, and really took to that. Started exploring Reddit a couple years ago and found the bad movies community, and I thought, these are my people. So, what can I do to be a part of this community? Found some stuff on Tubi, said I got to share this, and people really took to it, and now it's just a thing I do.
True or
Yeah.
false?
Yeah.
The movies are bad because they're free.
I think they are free because they are
question.
bad.
Okay, fair.
Chicken or the egg?
Right.
Sorry, James.
It's
That's
touchy
that's definitely-
subject.
Yeesh.
So, I found James, or I found Adam because I was also in this bad movie subreddit, and I think I actually found you maybe through Instagram first when you were working on that, and then I was like, this guy is fucking prolific. Like he's like, I don't watch commercials, so like every time I find a bad movie and I'm like, fuck, it's only on Tubi.
Yeah.
I have a real dilemma. Like, do I fucking purchase this? Do I rent this and give Jeff Bezos more money so I can watch this without interruptions? But you're like, fuck it, I'm in. Now, do you
in.
think that Tubi has a lot of this shit because like it's so easy to get your movie on Tubi? Is there any kind of qualification, or will it take anything?
To my knowledge, I think you really just have to have a distributor. I've got a buddy that down in North Carolina that is an independent filmmaker, and he got his on there. And I asked him, I said, "What did you have to do?" He said, "I did fill out a form and someone that would distribute the movie, and that was pretty much it." So,
But couldn't that just be like one person starting a production company?
Absolutely,
Like,
and I
we've
would
done that with music too.
well, I would say not only it could be that, I would say oftentimes it is. And you'll see by here's last name productions, and the director's
Neil
last name.
Green,
Yeah. So
I will say that there was a brave comedian that was supposed to be on our show
mhm.
back in the day who stood us up, and their TV show was on Tubi for free.
Oh,
Interesting.
that George throwing some very not subtle shade there.
Serious Tubi shade right there.
But okay,
Yeah.
I know this, and we got to kind of barrel through. But like,
Yeah.
I know everyone asks, but like, what's the worst thing that you've had to witness? Is there movies that you're like, I can't get through? Because like I have a strong fucking iron will stomach when it comes to these movies. I won't turn them off out of principle, but as I get older, I'm like, I don't have enough time
Yeah,
in my life.
and that's just it. You know, you value your time as you get older, especially. There, like I said, I like them really good or really bad. If I find that I'm bored, if I find that there's nothing there, there's just it's
Yes.
just hollow, and I'm watching people talk to a wall for 15 minutes, I'm probably out. You know, that's kind of my line. It has to have something to where I'm either immediately or almost immediately just like, what is this? What's going on? You know, what and where could this possibly go? The ones I tend to get drawn to are the ones that, you know, within the first 5 to 10 minutes, I've asked myself, you know, who signed up for this and who is this for?
Yes.
And
And no answers to both.
no answers to either. So yeah, that's generally what I can get on board with, and what I start writing down notes copiously, and in the hopes
And
that
you're just watching these alone like a psychopath.
I'm getting through them. It takes up a lot of my Saturday. For the week, I will log some movies.
Okay, so you have to double up on
Yeah.
movies, obviously, because God.
And I'm there, to be honest, I'm doing a lot of scrubbing through. You know, I'm not going straight through. I'm getting the gist. I'm getting the premise. I'm watching some important scenes.
Right.
You know, if it's keeping me, you know, I'll stay for the ride. But you know, for the most part, if I'm doing 5 of these a week, I really have to be selective with, okay, am I actually going to sit here and watch 5 full movies on a Saturday, or am I going to watch portions of this, and make enough sense to it to say, hey, this is worth watching, or it's not.
Okay.
So
What's the shortest amount of time
that I spend on a movie?
Yeah, that you knew, like, within X amount of seconds you were like out.
Oh, that I'm out, that I'm not into it.
Yeah.
Geez, I'm trying to remember. There was I think I even might have posted about this and I regretted it. A movie called Even Hitler Had a Girlfriend. And
Oh my God.
the title alone pretty much told me I wasn't going
I've
to be
never
watching
seen
the
James
entire
look something
thing.
up so fast.
It's
Oh my God.
Was it satire? Was it trying to be funny?
I think it thought it was.
Okay.
I think it was a thing of, this is my sense of humor, but it in turn kind of made you cringe at it and find a new sense of humor with it, where you're like, I don't think this guy knows what he's doing. And
Yeah, a lot of them don't. It's crazy the amount of the filmmakers that, like, we see the Neil Breens and Tommy Wiseau's because they somehow made it, or they had enough money, kind of thing. There's so many Tubi people that have made these films that nobody said no to.
Yeah.
And
It
they're
has
like,
a
"This is it."
5 out of 10 on IMDb.
Yeah, but how
That
many
is
ratings is that?
unbelievable.
The gaffer probably has 4 fucking IMDb profiles, though.
Yeah, you got to vet that stuff too.
200?
It's got to be weighted. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's 200.
Has anybody from any of these films, a director, a writer, has anybody ever like contacted you?
Yeah.
Or like said thank you, or gotten pissed at you?
No, so a few of them have commented on the post themselves.
Okay.
And I've had conversations that way. I've really only had one, and it was probably the one that I would recommend the most because of how just outraged it was. I mean, it's called Dracula's Angel, and the premise is essentially it looks like someone took The Sims and made a movie out of The Sims and like did this horrible voiceover for, and I was just astonished by it. The director of that really kind of took offense to it, and I had to tell him, look, I said, look, like, I'm writing about this because I love it. You know,
Yes.
I'm exposing this, you know, to people because I think everyone should see this, because I've never seen anything else like it. Nothing else in the world exists like this. So
Any press is good press.
Well,
That's what we're always saying here
Yeah.
too. Like, so we get some shit from some of the cast members that they think we don't like it, California Dreams, and we're like, we wouldn't spend 10 hours a week working on this if we didn't love some of it.
Right.
So
And we
so
are. We're
wait a
giving it
minute.
to
Wait
an
a minute.
audience.
Wait a minute. This guy reached out to you.
Yeah, you found him.
Okay.
You found, and he's got the shirt on too. Yeah,
And the hat.
in the hat.
That looks. They
That's
all look
embroidered.
Photoshop, but I
He's
love the
very
fact
committed.
that he's very committed to
Mhm.
dedication to the bit for this guy. And to you. So I could literally do an entire
Yeah.
podcast just interviewing about this
Sure.
because this you were saying some of the stuff that I have always said, like my aesthetics are really good or really bad.
Yeah.
Everything in the middle is the movie Wild Hogs from 2003.
Yeah.
Like it all just blends together, and it's so forgetful. So when the idea of doing California Dreams came up, I was like, I need to find some hosts and some guests that have kind of a masochistic sense of humor and are down to like do some weird media. So you kind of became a likely target for us. So thank you so much.
Well, I don't want to get ahead of the game here, but I love this show.
Fucking knew it. This is so surprising. James last week, what did you love? You love The Heights. We talked about that. It was just bonkers, you know? So, before we get into your history with this show, if there is any, George, is there any housekeeping? If anybody wants to contact us, it's at surfdudeswithattitude@gmail.com. We'll be doing a lot of fun side projects this season. And we're just barreling through season 3, right? We're on episode 4, right? Yeah, George? Yeah.
Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, cool. All right. So we're going to jump into it. James, are you ready?
Yeah, I just want to also casually remind people to like and subscribe. Really
Like and
helps out the
subscribe.
channel, and we really appreciate it. So like and
There you
subscribe.
Boom!
Exactly. See now,
So-
Pete,
Yes.
you were really hating on Vavoom, but this season they seem to be doubling down on it.
Why are you saying it wrong? You're saying it wrong the way George said. It's Baboom. They said it Vavoom as a pun on one of the other episodes. I want to get this. I want to clear the air. You guys are saying it wrong. It's Baboom. It's the first thing Sly says in the episode today.
Yeah, we might need to get some script confirmation on that
Okay.
because
I would love
maybe it's
that.
like fluid, like va and ba. Because, you know, I guess now that you are saying it, this episode, it did sound more like Baboom.
Right. Okay.
He also came up with like a really funny thing to Baboomin. I can't remember it, but
he's going ham.
really going deep
with
in.
with the dictionary and the homonyms with Baboom. So we're going to talk about that. Adam,
Yeah.
had you ever heard of this show? I don't know how old you are. Was
Yeah.
this in your lexicon at all?
So I'm 37, born in
Okay.
88. And it was odd that you asked me to do this when you did. I've been on a nostalgic kick. I'm a big 90s fan. That 90s pop culture is my thing. And was recently, I'm active on Reddit other than just bad movies as well. Reached out on a TV group.
Porn. Got it.
You know, reached out to a TV suggestion group, you know, asking for like low or lesser known 90s shows, and California Dreams came up. And I made this list and everything, and it was on it, and I looked it up, and it was pretty high on my priority, and then life happened, just got sidetracked with a bunch of stuff. So I knew about it like a month ago.
Wow.
But
Kismet.
yeah, but had never got around to watching it.
Baboom.
And, you know, now that I have, man, what 37 years had I wasted not watching it? You said, you know, we're having some pronunciation issues, maybe a Russian thing with the BV
Yeah.
transposition, but you know, you're wearing denim today. Do you
Mhm.
guys remember when denim was just like ubiquitous? I mean, there
You
was
had to.
this show
to
had
wear it.
like 10 metric feet of denim on every person,
It's true.
and it's amazing.
It's the whole 9 yards. Dressed to the nines.
The whole 9 yards of denim.
But like, okay, so when I talked to Adam about this, I'm really glad he reached out when he did, like just checking in today. Because did you tell me you watched the wrong episode?
Yeah, so I watched season 4, episode 3, which are the numbers
okay,
transposed.
he was dyslexic.
Yeah, it was a
And-
reading thing more than anything.
Can you tell James what that episode is about? Because just so he has something to look forward to.
Yeah, so this is definitely going to be a little bit different. Tiffany becomes principal for a day.
There it is. So, James,
What is going on at this school?
you got to stick around for that.
What is going on at this school?
Yeah. Well, we see the school twice in this episode, and that's where we're going to start the show. That's where we're going to start this episode. Everybody's confused. We're on episode 4 of season 3. Don't try to rush us through this whole series. There's a finite amount of episodes, and George will freak out. This episode is called Blind Dates. It debuted on October 10th, 1994. And yes, we start at the school. And we see what happens a lot with these episodes because people are idiots. We see a poster board that is going to tell us exactly what this episode is going to be about. And they do this constantly. Okay. Like if there's ever a dance, there's a battle of the bands. Somebody's parents are getting divorced. It's going to be on a school poster. So what do we see? It's going to be it's a romance dance, right?
A romance dance.
Right?
And the first thing Sly says in the episode is Happy Bob Booming Day. That doesn't even make sense, but it's just, he's like, he has this catchphrase and he's going to fucking drill it into
You mean
the
our
ground.
catchphrase? Yeah, the one that we're adopting now? Yeah. Yeah, right. We've been talking about it for episodes and Pete just can't accept it.
Yeah. And so they don't actually go to class in this show unless the plot calls for it. They're just hanging out the way that Saved by the Bell kind of hung out in the hallway. You know, that's just what cool kids did. Anyway, the gang is talking about the dance, and then I guess they start talking about the computer dating thing. I forget who brings it up. Does anybody remember?
I don't remember.
Isn't it Sly?
Sly brings it up because he is on CompuChat.
Exactly.
CompuChat, that's right. So do you think you remember all the people's names, Adam? If this is like your second episode watching accidentally?
Taking notes has helped me do that. That's why I was very nervous about the names because it's not a strong point. But taking notes has helped me kind of differentiate.
That's okay. We've met the actual cast members multiple times.
That's wonderful.
We fuck it up constantly. So
that's amazing.
They're talking about this computer dating. It's so new. They're like they're anonymous, but they're known by their handles. And I was probably young. So you should know, Adam, James didn't know about this show before he came on, but I did. I watched this show as a kid.
Oh, really?
Now, a lot of times when I watch these episodes, I do not remember them. Like I remember that I probably saw them at some point, but there's a couple episodes that I distinctly, vividly remember. And this one is probably the most vivid in my brain.
Interesting.
So I don't know why, but it's the Blind Girl episode is the one I'll always remember.
Yeah, that was I saw the title Blind Date, and man, they really took it literally.
You pretty much knew what was going to happen. This show does not nuance is not one of its strong suits.
It's all no subtext, all text.
Yeah. So, but speaking of subtext, you should know. So this very scene, Jake and Lorena, Jake the lead guitarist, Lorena, the girl who owns the loft where they all live at, maybe.
Unclear.
I guess they're dating now.
It's full effect.
This
no
is huge.
ambiguity.
I got to come back in for this. This is crazy. This this blows my mind.
George,
we need to fucking talk. They still haven't addressed Tiffany and Jake breaking up yet.
The last episode of the last season, they have this awful breakup. We didn't see one outside shot until the last episode, and it's when Tiffany and Jake break up, and then they have to play a fucking show together. And the first song in this set is this ballad about love.
It's like Fleetwood Mac.
Exactly.
Out of like a 25-minute episode, like 7.5 minutes was them breaking up.
Yeah, it was pretty obnoxious.
This whole episode is them Fleetwood Macking each other because every member of the band is fucking except Tiffany.
Yeah.
All right? And Tiffany is just there getting cuck-queened on the side. All right? And so she was dating Jake. It was a big deal. They broke up. It's a big deal. It can't be more than a couple months after that. And he's just outwardly like tonsil hockeying this new girl.
By California Dreams metrics, the four of us are going to leave as two couples by the end of this episode.
Yeah, seriously.
Anything can happen in 20
person.
minutes.
Yeah.
It was just a unbridled rage ball and is off on the side at the kids' table.
Yeah,
I felt so bad for Tiffany here.
Again, Pete, as we've discussed, she's overdue for an explosion of emotion.
I thought you were being silly.
This is another instance where she's just biting her tongue until it bleeds. Yeah.
Tiffany's the bass player. Bass players always get shit, but this is an unheard of amount. So she's got to watch Jake. He flits around from girl to girl to girl.
Yeah.
But now this is like you're dating like the manager of the band again. So I'm upset about this.
Clearly
for
broken
her.
up about it.
So
Yeah.
this was not previously established in the other
Not
episodes.
a bit.
That's
No.
amazing. You could have
there
fooled
was
me.
there was a bit of foreshadowing. Okay.
Okay.
So
He
like
flirted.
in the previous episode, they kind of like were flirting with each other, but that it opening in this episode, them being like fully in a relationship, that was
Nothing.
kind of jarring.
That's-
They didn't necessarily lay that groundwork.
They seem
I
like they've been
figured it.
together for at least 2 years at this point. So they are very, very
Time
established.
is a vortex on this show, much like some of the movies
Yes.
you've probably seen.
Yes.
Like it's such an afterthought. There's like we put more thought into the like writing of this show than any of the writers did.
Absolutely.
So in this scene, they start talking about, are they going to go to Sly's place to go on this computer chat thing? And everybody wants to go. It's such a new concept. And I guess in 1994, this was a fucking new concept. But I started thinking, I was like, fuck, Sly's place. In 2 seasons, we have never seen Sly's place.
Yep.
This is big. You're so fucking lucky, Adam. You don't even know. You're just sitting there. You don't. This is a gift that we're giving you.
This
So
is a gift.
We get to see it. We go to Sly's room. It is our first time here. Now, the first 2 seasons of the show, we're dealing with the Garrison family. Okay. Now, when you were told to watch this show, I guarantee the people telling you to watch this show were talking about the first 2 seasons.
Okay.
Because that's kind of like core original, like original formula, OG pack.
Gotcha.
Then the Garrisons have all moved away. But Sly, it was heavily insinuated that Sly was the neighbor.
Okay.
So, in theory, we are going back to the Garrison's neighborhood.
Well, I did.
And
I
we're
was
gonna go to Sly's
confused.
room.
I did, after I watched the wrong episode first, I did go back and watch the first episode, and I was very confused because I did not recognize any of the people that I had just
What?
seen.
You watched
Yep.
3 episodes for our stupid podcast?
You could say that. I put it on at bedtime last night.
Well, they're basically 3 different shows because the cast
Very.
was, barely
That's true.
similar.
Yeah.
Yes. So that one. So the first 2 seasons, it was about a family, and it was a brother and sister in the band, and then the sister left in the beginning of the second season, and then like they just got the fuck rid of like the young brother, and then the parents. So the entire like last half of the second season, we were just like the parents are just not around, like they're upstairs or something like that. So anyway, speaking of parents, we've never seen Sly's parents at all. Like, he's a fucking sociopath. So, like, his parents must be a piece of work. And we never see them. And his room, everyone was, like, scared, like, creeped out by his room.
Cool room.
It's remarkably clean.
Super neat.
It looks really nice.
Yeah, just like a serial killer.
It's very Patrick Bateman.
We do
Yeah,
not
come on,
see the
dude.
rest of the house.
That is true.
We don't.
It's a hoarding scenario.
Lined in
isn't it?
plastic and yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
He's like the one member of the family that keeps the house, like that his room clean, and then his parents are total degenerates and are keeping a pumpkin in the middle of their living room.
Yeah,
Got it. Okay.
Absolutely.
Did you see any of the shit on the walls? Can we just talk about that?
I was trying to write that stuff down and I lost it. I couldn't track it.
Okay, well, I got a couple. Sly's a bitchin' balcony out
Okay.
there, which he could take a bunch of babes to.
Yeah.
He calls himself Mr. Baboom on the CompuChat, and he has a poster of just money.
He's got
Like,
multiple.
multiple
He's got
posters.
Yes, he
multiple
does.
posters of money.
When I was in 4th grade, we made a vision board for ourselves, and I remember money and Pepsi and Bill Clinton. And I don't know what that meant to my 4th grade self nor my 37-year-old self. But money was a
What?
thing. I wanted to see, I would have had that money poster, I guess is what I'm trying to
You
say.
could have easily got the Pepsi aspect. What about Bill Clinton really spoke to you?
Listen, 2 out of
saxophone.
3. Okay, sure. Yeah.
Joe, yeah, we should mention that you're also a musician, even if it's a 4th grade saxophone.
Well, sure. Yeah.
player.
I
Okay,
never
so it
played,
counts.
but I liked it. Never played the
What would
sax.
Bill Clinton think of you quitting saxophone?
I didn't start saxophone. I played trombone. It wasn't even on my
It's
to-do
still a
list.
Brassel family, okay? So
It's
you
a
wanted to
thing.
be in a ska band with Bill Clinton. That's the only thing I can surmise
I've
from
never
that.
heard those words said out loud, but yeah, I really did.
It
That's
feels
a Tubi
right.
movie right there. Just
Yeah,
somebody
seriously.
fucking write
Someone write it down.
Yeah, we'll get
Um,
Brian Beasley on it immediately.
He would take
it. Was
that.
anybody else annoyed at the insane clacking of the keyboard in this scene? I know
They
that
really
there's
didn't edit that out.
Yeah, that
Well, but
Foley artist was going ham.
They had to make it a whole thing because again, this was like cutting edge. People didn't understand what's he doing at a computer.
Sure.
Was he writing a Word document? No, he's chatting in a chat room.
And
this was a new thing.
And it's okay because if you're wondering what he's saying, don't worry. He'll say every single word that he's typing out in full detail.
So good. We don't have subtitles on YouTube
Don't need
where
'em.
we watch these things, so he was saying it so clearly.
Yeah, don't need him.
And lo and behold, he finally gets a picture of the girl he's been talking to.
On legal paper? Is that correct? Was it printed on?
Yeah,
It
it
is legal
was.
paper.
I
It's a
was going to
fax
say that.
photo.
It is legal paper.
It was 8
The
by
fax-
14.
Yeah. 100%.
That's a specialty printer that you have
He's
to
got
have
a
for
great
that.
one.
So Sly is definitely printing shit out and masturbating to it, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
There's
Because
no ambiguity about that.
That fax photo, they're all swooning over it. It
Yeah.
looks like Samara from The Ring. Like it's not a flattering photo whatsoever, but they're hoping she's not a bow wow, and she's just a wow wow.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow.
Yeah, but see, back then, 8-bit was like high res.
That's true.
yeah,
Look at Tomb
They were just
Raider.
amazed that, they were amazed that an image at all emerged from this piece of equipment.
Someone can send me a photograph.
So we're gonna jump to the loft. I don't really have any notes from what happened here, other than Jake saying "grande problemo."
Okay.
to,
Well,
Raina?
there's a couple things that occur here. Okay. First
Okay.
of all, the girls kind of talk about how they have their experiences online, which is important for later. And then, of course, Jake gets outed to his
Yes.
girlfriend because he lied and said he wouldn't go over to Sly's house and did. But that doesn't really turn into any type of serious problem. I thought it was going to be like more of the episode. There were a bunch of really good burns against Sly
Okay.
in this episode in general, but in this scene for sure. It was very tasteful. The only person that doesn't meet somebody online, Tiffany.
One more drop.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. We're just counting down.
It's building.
It's just a matter of time before she actually loses it all.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Jake is already in another toxic relationship because him and Tiffany were not working out well, and now he's already in a relationship with somebody that has pretty possessive jealousy issues
Controlling,
already.
yeah.
But so does he. He is also very controlling, and they broke up because Jake just didn't trust her.
Mhm.
So.
But
right.
the important seeds that get planted here is that both Sam and Tony meet someone online.
Yes.
And they schedule a date with them. So that's just
being telegraphed that this is going to be a pina colada situation.
Yeah.
it's an important thing that sets up the next scene.
The
which
next
is
scene,
them
Sharkies.
in the most classy outfits we've seen them in all season.
Yes.
And this isn't even the dance. This is like pre-dance at their cafeteria / restaurant / arcade / whatever the hell this
venue
place is.
space. Yeah.
It's Walmart Peach Pit is what it is.
Yeah,
It's
100%. 100%.
Joey Tata, the owner of the Peach Pit. So I don't know if you're actually a fan of 90210, but there was an episode where they brought Roger Corman on.
Oh, I have not gotten to that. No.
Because Joey Tata was in early Roger Corman films,
That's
and
amazing.
they actually do a film festival of Roger Corman films at the Peach Pit, and I'm like, what teenager in 1994 is going to be like,
Just
fuck yeah, Roger Corman,
Clocking Roger Corman films.
Chew the winged serpent, I'm in. Sorry, George. Okay, so we're at Sharky's. Sly has, for some reason, invited everybody to this first date of his. He's so sure of himself.
It's a triple blind date.
Triple blind.
Yeah. Okay. All right. It's true. And so you were talking about inception seeds. This is a big one. Tony and Sam, they go the distance.
Yeah, see,
Mhm.
here's what I didn't understand. They were both excited to meet the people that they met online, but they're
Yep.
immediately hitting on each other. Like within 1 second of this scene starting, they're already like, am I catching feelings for you?
Yeah.
I mean,
But no, we're waiting for these
Well,
people
we have to
that we
leave
haven't
Tiffany
even
out
seen.
somehow, so they have to get together.
That is true. Yeah.
Tony and Sam were just charged this whole episode. I mean, from go,
They're
they were
horny,
ready.
horny teenagers. Yeah. I did laugh at the one line where they're getting stood up. Everybody knows why, but they can't figure it out. And then Tony's like, what does he say? Nobody stands up the wink man, or what does he say? He says something, but then Sam is like, nobody stands up this woo man. Okay, that's pretty good. So we allow ourselves one laugh per episode, like one genuine, like, okay, they delivered that well, and I think that was mine.
Oh,
So,
I have mine yet to come, but I did have
I
a
can't
genuine
wait.
one.
It's called an LPE. So this is a
Okay.
laugh per episode.
Gotcha.
We don't average a lot in this show. So
Yeah.
So yeah, Sly's date is late as well, right?
Yeah.
And it's because James, why is the date late?
Well, she's blind.
Okay.
And I really love how they just like throw it. Like it's obviously everyone gets it except for Sly.
Didn't
And
get
then
it.
she's like, I'm blind. Commercial. Immediate commercial. She didn't
Yeah.
even finish saying I'm blind, and then it cut to the
Yeah.
commercial.
Yeah. She could have said anything after that.
I don't know
I'm
why.
blind to the troubles of others.
Now,
I'm a sociopath.
speaking of legitimate laughs per episode,
Okay.
Sly, the next scene, Sly has prepared a date for his blind internet girlfriend. And that date is a mime show. So that is pretty funny. I was wondering how are they going to do this? Like if he takes her to a concert, she can still hear. If he takes her to a movie, she can still hear. Mime show, hilarious. When he knocks the lady's hat. First of all,
that was my laugh.
That
amazing. That's
she was at the
incredible.
Kentucky Derby before this
seriously,
show.
that's what I was just gonna say. Like, who the hell wears that kind of a hat to a mime show?
To any
I don't
theater, to any indoor theater.
There's no sun.
No.
You're not blocking
You should
any
be
sun.
sitting in the back too. If it's that obtrusive to a line of sight, fucking sit in the back. That's
Yeah.
obstructed view in any theater
Really,
that I've ever been to. Okay.
She needed to take it off, but the fact that they knocked it off with the cane, I thought was pretty fun.
Guys, I need to
we
know who was that escorted Allison into the theater. There was a hunky guy with like cutoffs and walked her in and then just left, and we never saw him again, right?
He's a handler, but it's a different dude that walked her into Sharky's, right?
Yes.
Was he just like a surf hunk?
Yeah,
You
but
know, there's a lot of those.
Does she just know him and like, I'm going somewhere, can you meet me outside in 5?
I think so. I think you are given a handler.
I was trying to find his sleeves the rest of the episode.
In the
I think it's a big
sleeveless-
sister situation, big brother, big sister.
In the
That's great.
sleeveless flannel hoodie.
Yeah.
90s
Oh, man.
staple.
It's not like she's gonna know if he's dressed nicely.
That's
okay?
true. That's until she we'll get into the senses.
Yeah. So we should mention that the blind girl is played by Nikki Cox, who actually, as George mentioned, she was a very big deal back in the 90s. She was in Baywatch, one of my other favorite shows. She was a very bad kid in Baywatch. She was in Terminator 2. She was just in Terminator. Oh, I just said it, Terminator 2. She's in one scene, but I love it. All right.
Yeah.
But she's been in a ton of sitcoms. Anyway, she was in Mac and Me as well. So you guys,
classic.
you want to see? Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Up your alley, definitely. So anyway, the date, somehow Sly pulls off the date. Like it doesn't work. He
He
there's
narrates
gotta be the
a
rudest
mime
fucking
show.
people.
Yeah.
Yes.
He wins her over.
And he says a Stevie
does.
Wonder joke.
And she actually said, she's like, nobody would have the
he
balls
wins
enough
her over.
to make fun of blind people. And of course Sly would, because he's a fucking sociopath.
he's
Of course he would make
brave.
fun of blind people.
He's brave.
He's so courageous. It's like he just took the 1/4-inch jack out of a fucking phone.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are back at Sharky's. Sam and Tony are still they're still wondering why this happened, that they got stood up, and then the people online told them, no, you stood me up, and they still have not figured this out.
Yeah.
But
And
isn't that the moment when they figure it out?
it is, but
Yeah.
this has been drug out long enough. And who's sitting off to the side? She's not even at the table. Tiffany. She's
Right.
sitting at the
Yeah.
bar like a loser.
She's gonna
Yeah.
she's gonna lose it.
She's gonna explode. I've been saying this for like an entire
James did come on as
entire wave
guest
of
host of the
episodes
first
now.
season, and he was adamant.
Yeah.
He called it.
See,
He's
I'm
a
not the only one.
whistleblower, and we just didn't listen to him. You
Didn't
know?
listen to me. This is what happens.
I noticed Mark here made a ferret face joke again. Adam, keeps
Yeah.
happening where they call Sly's face like rodential,
Okay.
or he looks like a rat, and it's very mean. But everybody does it, and they keep trying to get it to catch on, and
It's-
he doesn't.
no,
He's got a very nice face.
I think he's a proper attractive 90s man.
Did you see him later? This kid's fucking roided up and cut.
He's
like
ripped.
He's so
He's
ripped. He's supposed to be
unnecessarily
16.
ripped.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say this was also the era where these teen shows were played by easily
Grease-
25 to 30-year-olds.
Grease it
100%.
hard.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Did you guys notice the 3 fucking milkshakes that weren't even being drunk on the table? Because I did. And
No,
it really
what a
upset me.
waste. What a waste.
Yeah, it's like making a whole plate of dinner and then spilling it on the floor.
But no one would do that and put it in a show.
Yeah, nobody would embarrass themselves by talking about that. Nobody would do that.
Did you notice that Sly was able to insult both Native American people and blind people in one joke?
Yeah,
in
well,
this
yeah.
scene, too?
The Indian name walks into walls.
Yeah. 90s was a simpler time.
Simply.
You know,
It was.
Simple.
I
Anyways,
mean, it was so great because there was Bill Clinton and there was
100%.
Pepsi.
That's right.
he introduces the gang to his blind internet girlfriend, and they love her.
Yeah.
They really do like her sense of humor.
Yeah.
She's a fun match for him, and she tugs on his nose, which is like this thing that apparently they're doing now, which is like
Because he's
weird
a
that they
rat
already
face,
had that.
apparently.
He's a
Yeah.
rat
Yeah.
face, yeah.
Yeah, she's riffing with him, and they're all getting along very well.
Yeah.
They all like her. She, like you guys said, pokes fun at Sly, and
It's all it takes to win this people over.
she's part of the group.
I love that. And it sucks because we're never going to see this girl again after this episode. Like every other fucking time this happens. But so we go to the hallway, and then the only other laugh I had in this episode where somebody asked Sly, they're like, Sly, have you ever thought of what it was like to be blind? And he's like, no.
No.
Which is the most it's the great delivery because he doesn't care about anybody besides
Yeah,
himself.
because he's a
And
straight
then,
up
of course, they go
sociopath,
through
yeah.
this dumb thing that we don't have to talk about like they all wear blindfolds and see what it's like to be blind. But I do remember as a child watching this scene, and this is where I got all my knowledge of blind people from, was this scene.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you
Oh,
get
this
to
is what it's
smell
like.
and hear better. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was experimental television at its finest. It's like
Yeah,
that.
I like the
link.
wipe
Like-
as the blind was going on their eyes. That was pretty
That was
advanced
pretty
editing
good.
for the
Like
show.
that episode
Yeah.
of Buffy where they don't talk. It's the same thing.
This guy.
Speaking of being reminiscent of other shows, I'm interested to know at what point this episode came out in relation to Zach Morris dating the girl in the wheelchair.
Gosh.
Dude, very close. This is basically
Of
the same
course.
episode because
Yeah,
there's also
of
another
course.
episode where Zach dates an overweight girl, and it's the same fucking
Oh, I
beats.
remember that
you know,
one. Yeah.
but the wheelchair thing, Zach fucks it up way worse than Sly, and because Zach tries to have feelings, like he's at the theater and he's like, "Could you put your head down? I got a crip girlfriend over here." You know,
Oh, no. Well,
So-
what I don't understand is why. So Sly puts on the mask, and then he's like, "Oh man, I shouldn't take her to the dance because what'll people think?" I don't get how he was cool with dating her up until the point where he tried to be like. Normally, that would make people more empathetic. Like, "Oh,
Yeah.
that must be really hard." Well, now I won't judge because of this and this and this. But with him, it just makes him. I don't know. Like then they do the will they won't they thing, and he has to go win her back. But I just don't understand how that made him somehow less empathetic to her plight.
I don't get, yeah, because he's a sociopath and he's a misogynist. So, like, first and foremost, she's hot. So nothing would stop him from doing that.
I think the answer is they needed to go to the next scene.
Almost certainly.
yeah, you're not
almost
wrong.
certainly.
But before we go to the next scene, there's a line where like Tony is smelling something, and then Sam is like, "Tony, you're sniffing my neck."
Oh, it's because he has the blindfold on.
Yeah,
and
no,
he's
I
like,
get
what is that
why.
delicious
It's
smell?
just so
Yeah.
sensual.
Yep.
And then I noticed nobody's hitting on Tiffany.
No,
She's
no
just
one,
there.
no one's sniffing her neck. One
Add a
more.
drop. Add one more drop to that bucket.
That's right.
So we go to the blind girl house. We go to Nikki Cox's house, and then she has been floundering on whether she's going to go to this dance. She finally opens the door, and of course, it's that classic sitcom trope of like, "I want to tell you something," and it's like, "No, I don't want to tell you something," you know. And then she's like, "I want to go with you," and he's like, "Well, I got corns in my feet, so we can't go." And then she's like, "Fuck you,
Yeah.
you rat face."
She does.
But to be fair, he deserved that.
He did.
Yeah, I'm paraphrasing, but that's pretty much what happened. And then this is where we go to Sharky's and we see Sly in this tank top, looking like he doesn't have a one follicle of body hair on this thing. He's helping them out. The band is about to play. I'm like,
Just
oh,
a
good, we got
freshly
fucking
waxed 90s teen.
Well, that cannot
big deal.
possibly go to school because he spends every day, every waking hour in the gym.
Yeah, getting ripped.
We don't know. They're at the cafeteria right now, apparently.
It's
after
also a
hours.
gym. It's also a
Yeah.
gym.
Also a gym.
So wait, is this okay? Is this the dance though?
This is the romance dance. This big
At-
sign on the wall opening
at
of the scene.
Sharky's.
Yeah,
Sharky's
How many
is
people go to
anything
this
you
school?
want it to be.
exactly. It's a multi-purpose space of any set builder's dream.
That's correct.
So, but it's actually Sly who says, "You know what, Sam and Tony, just start doing it. You guys like each other. Just get it over with, you know." And so they do. That's all it takes. And then Sly goes back to the blind girl's house and gets her, right?
Yeah.
I'm not missing anything. I'm trying to
No,
speed things up.
It's genuinely that fast. It's the conflict arises and then
It's
then
almost like they
settles.
filmed both those scenes at the same time and they just cut it up.
They
in
go
post.
through that door and do that scene and then come right back through that door.
100%.
Right. So we go back to Sharky's and Lorena and Jake are fighting about something stupid. And Lorena is like, I don't know. They're both insanely jealous over for no reason. This is such a like a non-starter of a
It's
B
incredibly
plot.
toxic. Yeah, it's going to be incredibly toxic until
And
they
I
break
don't-
up.
And for some reason, Mark is in charge of talking to the people at the dance. He has the least sultry voice ever. I don't buy Mark as the new frontman of this band. What do you
Well,
think?
See, here's the dumb thing. Mark, their friend,
Yes.
as you would think, he's commanding the room. He won't stop counting in the count off to accentuate Sly coming in with his blind girlfriend that he's self-conscious about. Surely he wouldn't do that.
No,
But
but
he
he
did,
hates
but he
Sly.
did.
When we first meet Mark, we
Oh, I
find
guess-
out
yeah,
he
that is
hates
true.
Sly. This
Yeah.
is him getting him back, you know.
Yeah,
So
that is true.
um
Yeah, Adam,
But-
you didn't know that, but
No,
it was
I
a
did
whole
not.
other dumb episode.
I had no
Yeah.
context
the
for that at
whole
all.
thing. But before, like, they got rid of Matt, who was like the lead singer, piano, guitar player, and he was this, skinny. You know Matt, obviously, you're an expert of the show now.
Sure.
And then they replaced him with Mark because they needed something,
Yeah.
a little soft
That
in the
makes
band because
sense.
they got Jake, who's on the far end of like the toxic masculinity,
Greaser.
this Joe Rogan
Yeah.
era, right? Yeah. So speaking of sultry and sexy, let's talk about Allison's dress. Okay, I know she's blind, but somebody should dress this woman a little bit.
She said her mother bought her a dress.
Yeah.
That is absolutely a dress a
catch that.
mother would buy their
It's
high
three,
school
like,
daughter.
huge, bosoming flowers right on the front, right on the
Dude,
clavicle.
this matched her Lisa Frank notebook perfectly.
I was going to
you
say
have
this.
no idea
This
what
may
you're
have
talking
just
about.
been a '90s Lisa Frank thing situation.
Okay, maybe you're right. I it was very much 16 Candles for me, where
Yeah.
she finally showed up, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's a letdown.
Yeah, so it was weird. Mark's counting off the song and goes 1, 2, and then they walk in and Sly has to
Silence.
like stare someone down, but she's not at this point. She's not even wearing the cane, and if she didn't go to that school, who would know that she is blind?
She doesn't go to the school. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, that's my point. So how would she doesn't like wear huge glasses. She's not using the cane.
George is piping in with some breaking news.
Okay.
Are you trying to lessen a blind girl's plight? I mean, this is like
No, all I'm saying is like, what was Sly worried about? It's not like she's wearing a sign that says "I'm
Right.
blind." It's like, how would anyone know that she's blind? She's not going to dance into the wall because she's going to be dancing with him, and he can see.
So
I
if
agree.
Slice is
Mark made that weird.
if Slice
It's a
is
non-issue.
sociopath, would he really care what people think that much of this situation?
His emotions and his priorities are all over the place.
He's
Clearly,
vain.
yeah.
He cares about money. He cares about babes.
Mhm.
Like,
I mean, he's
I
not
don't
that
think-
vain. He doesn't care about his ferret face.
he's never going to come on this podcast if you keep joking like that.
We breezed over two things. There's one
Okay.
point where Sly's looking in the mirror and somebody's like, his cousin Mark goes, "Do you ever get tired of looking at yourself in the mirror?" And he goes, "Never." So that's one. Two, he also had 6 Andy Warhol paintings of himself
I love
above
that.
his bed.
He
But
did
so
have
did
those
Zach
paintings.
Morris. Zach Morris had the same thing.
This is
don't know.
very Saved by the Bell analog, and I had to do some research, which you guys probably already know. It is that the creator of this was involved in Saved by the Bell as well, and there's very much one-for-one analogs. This entire
There are.
because there was I mean I was 5 minutes into the episode, and I'm like, did I watch Saved by the Bell and I'm having a stroke to where the characters look different to me now?
Half your face is fucked up, and
Zach Morris looks a little bit more brunette, but it was very.
You should know. You should know, Adam, that the first trial episode we did of this show that we've never released was the Zack Attack episode of Saved by the Bell.
Okay,
so we might release it once we hit it big.
Yeah,
and you like and subscribe.
Patreon exclusive.
that's we keep threatening.
Yeah.
So we finally see. So the whole point that we made this podcast is so we can see the band play, and we get robbed of that in a lot of these episodes. But we
most of them.
We do see the band play, but they have drastically cut this song off at the knees. It is like a 30-second commercial, basically.
Yeah. It really it fades out.
Still has the excellent singing voice of Zachary Throne.
Yes. Yeah, we did. We had Zachary Throne on a recent episode who does the singing of Mark. And we had so many questions for him, mainly about his one episode of SpongeBob. But other than that, it was fantastic.
That's... Well, I was just going to say, I got very lucky that both of the episodes that I have watched now have had the band playing.
Wow. Statistically, that's highly unlikely. That's incredible.
One of those was an accident.
What did you think of the song, James and Adam?
I mean, if you were to AI generic ballad, there you go.
Yeah, I think that's pretty spot on. I think we've likened that before, where it's like, this is what a Canadian feels happens in American high school bands, and they put it through like Google Translate, and this is what comes out.
Is this a Canadian production?
No.
Okay.
But we thought James was the first person to bring that up, actually.
We've had loose confirmation that maybe it could be.
It feels vaguely Canadian.
It feels Canadian, but it was shot in
That's literally what
LA
you said.
because the tickets from this are for LA, NBC studios in LA.
So I will say, this song, George, I don't if you can find the name of this song. This song is heavily in their reunion set list when California Dreams get back together. When they get back together live, they play this song, and Jake and Tiffany do this super awkward slow dance during this song live. Now, it's been said that the actors did not really like each other too much, and that's why they didn't really work out on the show either. But so this awkward slow dance that they do every single show while they play this song is embedded in my memory.
That's very. How often are they still recurring playing shows and stuff?
It's either like they go 10 years without it, and then they've done like four or five shows in the last 2 years or something.
So it's like System of a Down.
Exactly.
And
where Serge definitely doesn't want to be there anymore.
And Serge and Darren awkwardly slow dance during aerials. Yeah.
Remember that.
Yeah. They just desperately need the money. Yeah.
I'll send you some links. Just click them.
we could have gotten the full song had they just taken out 1 or 2 blind jokes in this. I just wished. I know they have a 22-minute hard out, but like for fuck's sake, like give us something more. Because normally we give out awards on this show about like who was mime the best.
That was going to be the next question. Yeah,
That was going to be, but I barely saw them playing at all. It was all about them like slide dancing with the blind girl. You know.
Well, I'll tell you who got the worst. Mark. His keyboard playing was not convincing at all. He doesn't even move his hands. He's just doing this the entire time.
That's what
it's
so
like
he
a
gets
Monster
the
Mash, dude, or Backstreet Boys. I don't know.
I would give the Tony Award for the best miming to the actors in that mime theater show. Actually,
that we did not
we never
see.
sever. Yeah,
they killed it. They killed
Arguably
it.
the best mimes in history.
So, Adam, who we're gonna give the Tiffy Award out to? Who would you want to be in a band with, basically? Like who? And it sucks because Tiffany was not doing great this episode. But if there was somebody that you'd want.
She did. We did it. We saw a brief shot of her playing bass, and she looked like she kind of knew what she was doing. I would take her as a bass player.
Okay. I mean, I actually, I want to say I want Tiffany as well, because guess what? When you start fucking people in your band is on the way out, all right? And the fact that there's 2 couples in this band, and now it's just Tiffany holding down the fort, forget it. Tiff, let's do a side project together. 2 basses. Everybody would want to listen to that. Trust me.
So allegedly, the song is named "Someone to Hold On To."
Yeah,
but that was just a search result, so I don't trust
allegedly. Thank
that
you.
also sounds AI generated.
Yeah, seriously. I also think it's funny, like when we had we did this other thing for the Heights, and there's this song that was in that show called how do you by an angel? What is it? How do you talk to an angel?
How do you talk to an angel?
How do you get touched by an angel on
How do you
CBS
get touched by an angel on
Wednesdays
CBS?
at 8? Yes.
Yeah. So having, Angel be in like the first 2 or 3 lines of this show, it felt like there's some other kind of overlap that we're missing here.
Yeah, I wonder how many of these writers were involved in a lot of these same productions. I had to imagine
Lots of inbreeding.
Yeah, because they're so cloney of each other. A lot of these.
Don't fuck with a perfect formula, Adam. Like it's working.
It's not a complaint at all. I'm very invested. I loved this show.
I mean, you did. Okay, so your final thoughts on the episode, because that's the end of the episode. It's a harsh cut, as Adam said earlier. They literally do a fade out on a live song, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
So you like the episode? Would you want to continue the show? Where do you think it's going to go?
So, having seen an episode from the next season, I do have some insight as to where it goes. I don't want to spoil anything for James.
Kind of career day, apparently.
It's very 90s. It's 90s to the core of what 90s aesthetic is. There's the wardrobe, the fashion, the low stakes, everything.
Low stakes. Good call.
And that's so comforting in this day and age to find something with 0 stakes. The most heightened thing is will they go to the dance, and it brings you back to that time of when you didn't have a lot to worry about. So yeah, absolutely, I'm gonna watch the show. Like I said, I put it on for bed last night and woke up to season 2 episode 8 and fell back asleep. So it's very comforting. It's very formulaic, and it's not good by terms of what makes quality material, but it's like a donut in the morning. It's I want it, and I love the taste of it, and it's gonna do nothing for me, and it's good for a second. Yeah, absolutely.
George, did you hear that? He got through 2 seasons basically in one night, whereas we spent over a year on it.
I'm not trying to outdo you guys, but I've watched. YouTube says I've seen a lot of episodes.
Were you surprised the way other people were about how many seasons this was? Because every time we talk about this with people, they're like, wait, that shit ran for 5 seasons? And we're like, yes, not enough, right?
Well, no, it could have done 5 more. There's another show that I really like that has 4 seasons. It's called Fries with That, and it's a Canadian show in the early 2000s set in a fast food restaurant. And it's, the same, you're dealing with the same kind of thing, and it's 4 seasons of that, so I think what happens is they find a little, maybe they make it so generic that it has an audience because it's kind of cut out for anyone and everyone.
Yeah.
Cookie cutter, sure. Do you wanna guess what the next episode is about based on the title?
What's the title of the next episode?
Title
of the next episode is Yoko Oh No.
Now you have to get specific with the names when you tell us the plot.
Oh boy. I'm gonna guess that that Tiffany maybe tries vocals and
Okay.
and that maybe it doesn't work out so well. And the band faces a possible breakup because of it.
Wow. This guy's going for the jugular.
Well, yeah, I was taking the Yoko thing as far as I could.
Okay.
So,
all right, George, let's
James, any guess for you?
I'm gonna say that if this has anything to do with Sam, that's incredibly racist. That's all I'm gonna say.
I hope
Sam is included in any part of the Yoko Ono part of that title, then that's just racist. So
Okay.
I'm gonna steer clear of that.
When a rival band makes fun of Lorena for being a groupie, she tries to convince the Dreams to let her join the band.
Damn, they dodged a bullet.
Good for
Her
them.
vocal talents leave something to be desired, and the gang worries that if they can't break it to her, she'll destroy their chances of winning the upcoming Battle of the Bands competition. So, Adam, I give you half credit.
I'll take half credit.
to Adam.
I'll take half.
I'm excited. We got another Battle of the Bands episode. We might see
excellent.
another band. There was a really evil band from the first season called Bradley and the Billionaires.
An
You
evil
probably fell
band,
asleep to
huh?
that one.
Of
Yeah,
course.
band.
Okay, no,
They're very red.
I'll start
So
with
I
that
did wanna-
tonight, so I see a little.
I think
I
it's
did
the
want to
second
point out that
episode,
I think Jake is playing either a Jackson or a Charvel guitar.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah,
It's a
yes.
really bold choice.
It looks like a
My
Jackson,
last
which
guitar was
Okay. All right,
was a
George.
Charvel.
George is showing what's up.
yeah.
They're
So
not.
that sounds like a fun episode. We're gonna hit that next week. Adam,
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for
That's
having
gonna-
me.
That's gonna do it for us here. But like, we definitely want to have you back.
For sure.
Yeah, we'd love to have you back.
I would
Yeah.
love if you found a TUBI treasure and
Yeah.
we could come on.
Please.
And
please.
like, it should be maybe about a band, so we can kind of keep it in this world. But
We can do
that's your
that.
emotional homework to find that, and we'd love to all be on and talk ad nauseum about stuff that nobody cares about,
On it.
including this. So give us a shout at surfdudeswithattitude@gmail.com. Please like and subscribe on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. I think we're all on. But thank you so much for taking time. And
be sure to check out TUBI Treasures
Yes.
TUBI
with your
Treasures.
new favorite host, Adam.
That's right. We're on Reddit. And by we, I mean it's literally just me.
This is the big empire you've started, and now you can't get out of it. 5
I
movies
cannot
every
get out.
Saturday for you fuckers. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
One a weekday.
Until next time.
Ba-boom.
Have a happy ba-booming day.
Happy ba-booming day.
This has been a Waning Moon production.